I don't know why. I don't know. I'm just gonna continue, and I'm just gonna bust out these videos because I'm in a good mood and all of this. But this is a story time video. So, and I pray that this would help some people and whatever. But okay, so when I was young and I had, when I think you're like, how old would you be? 8, 9, 10. Whenever like your baby teeth fall out and then your grown teeth like are growing in, but they're like almost like, they're not just like these little rices. They're like full, like growing down. So, but I think I was like third grade or second grade. I can't remember which one. I think it might have been third grade. But so, long story short, long story short, um, my adult teeth were growing in. Hold on. So, my adult teeth were growing in, and I was at a boarding school here in South Dakota, and anyway, so like at this boarding school, like they had like a skating room down beneath, anyway, it was like a lower level skating room, but it had like a carpeted area. So the home next door to us, ours was like boys and girls from first grade to third grade, boys and girls. Next door, same thing. It was like boys and girls mixed, and then this whole building was like these homes with two house parents. Normally it'd be a male and a female. Now they're doing like male, male, female, female, like that. But anyway, so the other home, we had friends in the other home, so he invites to me and my other friend. We had like this little group going on, so we get invited. We go down to the skating room to play hide and seek tag in the dark or something. This is all I remember. So like they cut the lights and then everybody was running everywhere, like everywhere. But it was so weird because like you could kind of see, but like it was dark, but you could kind of like see. And so like they had like these big gigantic like oak tables, like them really thick kind, like the circle kind. I can't remember if it was rectangle or circle. I think it was circle though. And so every Friday, where the roller skating part is, they would like have like a movie, and then we would get to bring like our blanket and pillow, and then the house parents would all sit on the carpet over here at these tables, and then they would give us like our popcorn and our drinks, and then we'd go sit down and watch a movie. So on this excuse me, on this carpeted area there was like a table back here, and so I'm trying to like bolt and like run this way, and I see like this black thing. I don't know if it was a student or not, because I'm thinking like maybe a student tripped too and they were laying down and then I tripped over them. It was so crazy because I was like looking back, I'm like, what did I trip on? Did I just trip over my shoes? What was that? So anyway, long story short, I fall. I'm running, I trip, and I hit my mouth like on the corner of the table. And I'm like, boom. And then I'm like screaming and not screaming. I think I was like crying. And then they flip on the light, and the house parent like laid me down, and he was like looking in my mouth, and this tooth right here was like basically like instead of being straight down, it was kind of like this, like backwards, and it was like bleeding, and my lip was like puffy. So then we go upstairs, and they call my mom, they call the dentist, we meet him there at the dentist, and so he assesses it, and he's like, okay, he tells my mom, he's like, I can either like pull it forward, and we can like hope that the root will like not die or whatever, and or I could just take it out. And she just decides to take it out. She signs the paper, He pulls my tooth out. And so I'm not saying had he whatever they did, it would have never, whatever. I don't know. So they take my adult tooth out, this one. So this began the journey of like total insecurity. Like I believe that God broke me down since a child, and not in a bad sense, but like I was humiliated, outcasted, mistreated, misjudged, everything that you could think of as a child. This was all from childhood. And and so in my generation, I'm 31 years old, right? So in my generation, we like dentures and all that stuff was like so funny to my generation. Like, if old people had teeth and dentures and stuff, and it was like the funniest thing. But so I don't know. I just feel so bad because like I didn't know, like if I could go back and just like hug me, oh my gosh, like I would. Like I would just, I don't know, it's just so sad. And because like in other people's minds, they might not think like, oh, like having a partial denture is like nothing. But in my mind, it was like the worst thing that could ever happen. And like it was like the worst thing to have like a fake tooth. And I got teased. Like my brother, okay, so I remember the day that they took me out to like the city. I got the partial, came back, and it just felt like this heavy, bulky piece of plastic in my mouth. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like, what is this? Like, this is so bad. And I was like, everybody's gonna know about it. These are my real thoughts. Like, these are, and the devil likes to play on these things, like your insecurities, like. And so I hated going to school. And then my brother, I love you and I forgive you for this, but I'm gonna tell it. So we would go to school. My brother would like tell everybody, she has a fake tooth, she has a fake tooth, and her tooth is fake, and she was laughing and it fell out one time, and just like would tear me apart. Like he would tear me apart, and he didn't hold back, right? I forgive you though, and I love you. But it was bad, and it was a real insecurity for me, and I just hated it. And not only him, but other people. But some of the people that were teasing me, I feel like it was out of genuine, like, I forgive them because it was like out of genuine, like they didn't know anybody like with anybody else that had like a fake tooth or a partial or. And some of them would come up to me like, can I see, like, what does it look like? Can I see it? Like, can you take it out? Show me. And I'm like, and then I was just like, I would just turn beet red. Like these insecurities would just kill me. And I would just be like flush red. And I would just like, these times that I'm telling you about are so damaging to a child's central nervous system. God can heal all things. Jesus can heal all things. But to a child, these are real life insecurities. That's why I don't like public school, because like if the group of popular kids are calling your children names, and if they're trying to throw labels and trying to like say, oh, fathead, or whatever they say nowadays, I don't know, but they were brutal in my day. They were brutal. It was cruel, pure cruelty. And they say, oh, toughen up, and you have to learn how to be tough through these situations. I don't believe that at all. I'm gonna tend to my children as a mother, as a nurturer, as a comforter. This world is cruel as it is. And so anyway, so all of these insecurities like came in through this, my front tooth being fake and stuff. And I went through a long, like, but I feel like it was like a thing of pride as well, because like, well, whenever I was on drug addiction, it kept breaking, like it kept breaking, and I kept losing it. And I was like, oh my gosh, like this is so bad, like, you know? And so I would go without it for years. And so eventually, like, I just didn't wear one for a long time, and I didn't care who's seen me or what. And I became so used to it. And I feel like people didn't receive me in that way. And it's funny, it's crazy how like you see how people treat you when you are not at your best. You know what I mean? When you don't look like how they look or whatever. But yeah, that's your 10 minutes. Bye. I hope this gives somebody some insight about insecurities and whatever. God help me overcome it all. He loved me and brought me to a place where I love myself, that it's just a part of who I am now. So yeah, bye.